channel. If you're watching this, I guess that means I have decided to actually release the crash video. This will be the follow-up, or I guess maybe even a series of follow-up videos documenting the recovery process. So I haven't been riding, I haven't been filming for the last 5 days because of the accident. I didn't show any injuries in that video because there was still blood. Although I walked away relatively unscathed. Major bruise on my ankle, swole up like a football, still swollen. I will show you guys. I apologize in advance for not having any lotion. Still swollen, but only some minor abrasions otherwise. So I've been kind of laid up, just kind of staying off of it, keeping the weight off of it for the last 5 days. But I am getting a little stir crazy, and so the rebuilding process begins. So I've ordered some parts on eBay and Amazon to try to repair the scooter. The damage you saw in the last video, you'll see more detailed here, because today we are going to start taking down some of the scooter paneling and the broken brake handle, which I don't think I showed in that video, and trying to get those repaired. So the first part will be just me trying to clean out somewhat of a work area here in the garage. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so here's the extent of my injuries. As I said, brace yourself, no lotion. So I hope you can see the swelling in my left ankle. Some really deep bruising on this side. So that's what I've been nursing. The scooter, as you saw in the last video, has got busted floor pan, a busted floor pan, top and bottom. Replacement for the bottom was harder to find than the top plastic. Sourced the top plastic, this whole floor piece that goes on both sides. Sourced that on eBay. I think it was a junkyard out of Connecticut or something like that, or Pennsylvania. The front fender, I could probably do some plastic welding and fix that and sand it and paint it, but finding a silver plastic fender replacement wasn't very difficult. Again, eBay. So we'll just swap that out as well. The other thing that you guys didn't see in the last video, I think, the day of the crash, is that the brake handle also is busted. And part of me believes that I did that myself, or a combination of me and the ground. I'm pretty sure I was squeezing that brake lever for dear life, literally. So I think it was fully depressed, and then if it did hit the ground, it may have exerted that final snapping force. So that's what we're looking at. Starting the process of stripping this down and getting ready to reinstall those new parts while we heal. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, we'll start off real easy. Taking off the peel cover as well as the VIN plate. Neither of these requires any tools. First bits of plastic to come off. You can see the VIN on the frame in there is why that plate is there. Alright, trying to remember how to do this. There are screws on the top that I will need to take, I'm pretty sure, these body panels off just to take the floorboard off. That seems a bit odd. All the damage is to the front, but we're going to start back here in the back by removing the screws for the side panels. I think once the two side panels come off, I don't need to take the whole trunk and storage area out, but that gives me access down here to the actual floor pan. So at least a screw down here as well. Yahtzee. That off. We will sit that to the side. I don't think I have to take this front plastic piece off to get the rest of the floorboard off, but I will need to go to the other side and take off the body panel on the other side just to get access to the top of the floor pan here. I think the floor pan is held on by these 4 bolts. And there's also an oil cover over here as well that's got to come off. So I will swap around to the other side. There's the other panel. So there are the 2 side panels. And it looks like without side panels on. I wasn't going to originally, but I am now gonna, I think, remove this front plastic piece. I think the only thing holding on is this one bolt, and that bolt is a special bolt because it's the helmet lock, and they don't want any random thief just walking up with any Allen key to be able to take that off. So I think I'll tackle that next because I think I do have that. I believe I do, and I just tested out this one. Very loose. A random thief with a pair of needle nose pliers could have gotten that off. And there you go. That panel is off. I'm sure that is on the frame. Okay. Slide that over with the rest of the panels. What is that? 13 millimeter. What do you think? Alright, progress update. Removed the cover for the oil panel, put the screw back. This panel pops out. I don't remember why, I think it's just an inspection port. But since the whole floorboard's coming out, there's no worry. Removed the 2 bolts on this side, and these screws up here are connecting the top floorboard with the bottom floorboard. They're broken. I could probably leave those in and take everything out in place, but let's do a complete disassembly. Tool I don't get to use very often, my speed handle. Perfect application for it.
Now I know on this side it's just holding a busted piece of plastic on the back side, but it's supposed to be connected to the bottom. But we said full disassembly. There are also screws here and on the other side. For ease, I'm going to take off this panel because bringing this up over the gas cap is gonna block me. So I've done this on this type of screw before. I think it's really simple. I think you take this off and this screw holds on this piece. You slide that off and these are the screws for the front and the back panel are then exposed. It's a little tricky because you don't assume that the reflectors are doing anything for you. Held on by two pieces, so the actual reflector screws into a weird nut on the back. 8mm. And that screws out with a washer. Take those two screws out and that pops out. Now I believe this piece, remember the reflector was here, slides up and out. It just brackets in there. We'll do that on the other side. Alright, there's our assembled removed panel so far. I'm going to do some cleanup on the screws and the bolts. As you can see, that now gives us access to the screws to remove the front body panels. Alright, let's take off the body panel screws. One of these is the main panel that actually bolts to the frame of the forks. And the other panel bolts to that panel. I think it's this panel is the main panel that bolts to the frame. And This front one will pop off once these 4 screws are removed. Pretty certain. And the front panel is removed. What the scooter looks like without the front panel. Those 4 screws out. Ignition. Forgot about the ignition. Key switch. It's going to need to come out as well. That is a specialty screw. Forgot about that part. So the top part of the ignition's got to come out as well. And that is that panel off. We will place that back for now and put back this screw that holds that ignition top in place. Okay, starting to get a picture of it almost fully stripped down. We went through all of that just to start getting to the actual damaged parts easier. And there's our collection. Front body panels, fork sides, and rear panels, and a few other items. Alright, I think the only thing holding the floor pan on is gas cap and gravity. And there you go. One damaged Yamaha C3 floor pan. Floor pan. I always keep wanting to say floor plan. Where our foot went through. The bottom panel, I think, has a few more screws on the bottom that need to come off. And I think that's next. I take that back. I think the only thing holding that thing on is this water bottle over here. It's like hooked up. That's weird. Turns out the only thing holding that on is like this weird hooks. I have never disassembled to this level before. Not all at once, at least. Some of these I've never done. I've never taken the floor pan off. There is this bottle. You guys can't see it here. I know the pen too. So there's this panel. The actual bottom of the floor pan. I think they call it a leg shield. Yeah, we'll leave that there. And those will be over there. There's an almost naked scooter. Alright, let's get that fender off next. Might be in business here. I didn't question whether I could get it over the tire once I got it down. Here's a moment of truth on that one. Looks like we can, but I actually didn't try it. Hey, no problem. One fender. And there's the fender. Now I already know this will pop right out of here, but I kind of want to keep the handle on there for tension. You're not supposed to be able to twist it around like that. It's supposed to stay like this. Boop, boop. Saved my life. But the little holder, the detent in there, is keeping that from being tight on there. So when I get the new one in, I can maybe hold this out and do a hot swap. You know what? That's not gonna work. Just take that off. Show you what I'm talking about. So this pulls the actual brake. I'm gonna have to get that into the new brake handle. Well, that made a fantastic sound. I'm gonna have to take this screw out to get what's left of it in there. Take the actual brake cable off. Beep, beep. Okay, I think that's it. There it is without the fender. Very skinny, very naked. Take all that plastic off and realize you're not riding on a whole lot. Alright guys, well, I think that's it for this part. I don't know if it'll be part 1, part 2, one video. But that is one naked scooter. brake handle, 2 parts.
Alright guys, that's going to do us for today. Got her all taken apart. We're still waiting for the parts to come in, and I will assess as they come in, can I put that on without having to take it back off to put another part on. So we'll be signing out here. Forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.